Huh, this one won't open either. Punch it, Faye. You might get a bruise, but this way. Why is the deactivation code for the door locked now? Locked? No, I don't know what that said. It went too fast. Doc, wait. What's this facility for? Yeah, it's about time you speak up, Citan. This place wasn't meant to be seen since the origin of time. This facility centers around the Emperor and the Ministry's longevity experiments. The origin of time. Yes, 10,000 years ago, being called humans were born here. The first were the Emperor and the Ministry's elders. How could a human live 10,000 years? Now only the Emperor is left. His destiny is never to die. Is to never die. However, the Ministry is different. Once during the Diabolos invasion, the Ministry elders died losing their bodies. Now the Solaris governing Ministry exists as data and memory banks. Memory banks? That's crazy talk, Citan. Each of their personalities are bits of data. It's the data on the memory bank. Having neither flesh nor souls, they are just binary numbers. They both exist and do not exist at the same time. After the fall, wanting to resurrect their bodies and create a worthy vessel, they transferred a research facility that was once the Soylent system on the land of Entranank. Eventually, the facility was no longer only for the Emperor's life and the Ministry's resurrection, but it began producing food and drugs with additives that controlled the public. The memory cube Faye and them were using was meant for obtaining living data. I knew saving was a mistake. It was a trap. Of course, the Ethos also sent various data to help. That means we were living for those elderly people of Gazelle? Yes. They're transferring and taking living data via memory cubes to the Ministry so they can use them to resurrect their bodies? Yes. You mean those mutants getting disassembled at the factory too? Basically, they wish to reuse the useless dregs. Is that supposed to say drugs? That's horrid. How could they? Hold on, Faye. Something's not right. Citan, how would you know that? Because he knows everything. Not even the government or the army know such things. What? Come to think of it, it seems like we took the long way here on purpose. There must have been a faster way to Barton them. Also, the route to get to this block can't even be downloaded on the map. So how did we know what streets we were on? Doc, didn't you also find out? That's impossible. First of all, that partition we took to get into this block, that panel was displayed to be P4 facility. Even a high-ranking officer of Solaris can't get in here. You think they'd leave a facility like that unlocked and opened? And you can open it, who exactly are you? Hey, wait a minute, it could have been luck. Something's wrong. You were able to get into Solaris under martial law, sneak into the palace, get through a P4 level door, and even learn the purpose of the P4 facility. How is that even possible? Even farther, I'm sure it was possible you were in Solaris then. Even Jesse, who was also in Solaris then, didn't know the motive behind the M project. So Citan, what do you know? You know even more details than Maria. Something's not right. I know it. Ellie, I'm not done. I'm not finished yet with you. I should have noticed sooner, Citan. Who are you? I can't believe we are just now asking this question. Hey, you okay? Ellie! Citan just snapped his fingers and phased Ellie out of existence. She got Thanos because she caught on to his little act. Damn, got us! Ellie! Citan! Where are you? Uh-oh. This is spooky. Yeah, I can't see the doors. Ellie? Doc, you there? What? This? Huh? This is... Can't get it. This is... Oh, it looks mighty familiar. Yeah, I'm sure seeing Lahan burned down is not good for Faye's psyche. What is this? Why are you showing this to me? Who did this? Ellie, Doc. Where are you? Where? You brought about this spectacle. You're not Doc. That voice is the one which haunts you. Hey, you've been stalking me through the memory cube? I'm gonna have your head as soon as I find a way to have your head because you're not your data? Cursed, untouchable one. Oh God's beloved child, those who prevent our prayers. Get. Destroy. Burn with God's fire. I'd rather stay out of God's fire, thanks. Oh, hey, Citan. Doc, these guys, what is this? Bart. Billy. Doc, what's going on? Doc, did you kill my friends? Now all my friends are dead, how could you? What are you all? Doc, answer me. One of the Solaris Guardian Angels is here. Hyuga Ricto. Ricto? Ricto, yeah. This man is Cain, receiving the orders from the one known as Emperor. You've entered his realm and have been under his continued supervision through the memory cubes. The save points are evil. Solaris Guardian Angel, monitoring me? Ah, yes, we've guided Solaris and even selected the Animus, which had been drawn to you, and guided you here to Solaris. The Animus is needed for our resurrection. These are our bodies. This is what we possess. Yes, this is the only reason we exist. The bodies of Bart and the others belong to you? Is that true, Doc? What are they saying? Yeah, there's a good amount of typos in this localization. Some sentences just don't flow well. Why so apprehensive? Is it that you were sold out by the one you trusted? In my defense, I didn't trust Citan that much. I always knew something was up with him. Like, I've been pointing it out in these 40 hours of gameplay. I'm not talking to you guys. Doc, answer me. Yeah, I don't even know you guys. 3 years. For 3 years I've been by your side. I had to determine whether you were going to be our enemy or not. Revenge. Yes, the enemy. Your existence is a threat to us. It was necessary to keep an eye on you. The one who ordered you to be watched was Cain. Yeah, I know one person did the translation. I wasn't complaining. I'm just saying there are a few typos and some things don't flow well. I know the stories. Like, I feel like everyone who's played Xenogears knows the stories. Even people who haven't played the game sometimes know the stories. But I know it was done by one translator. Honestly, it's astounding how big this game is and how few typos they are. So if anything, it's a compliment to the person doing the translation, because this game is so big with text, and the fact that there are only a few typos and weird sentences it's honestly it's an accomplishment. Like I applaud them straight up. We were planning on the maturation of the Animus and your termination. We also sent Hyuga to you. However, every attempt to terminate you has failed because of that good-for-nothing trash. Even so, we now possess Animus. Hyuga has fulfilled his duties as well. Is that it? You were in with these guys? Satan, what about your family? That's why you, everyone? Why? You had your way all this time with us land dwellers. You already own the world. What more do you want? You must know by now that we plan to resurrect God. Oh, it's the JRPG classic. Xenogears had sidestepped the classic trope only to come back to point A. God will awaken from his long slumber after man has populated the land. Then Mahanan too will awaken. Aerial Paradise Mahanan? The place fell to earth. Paradise, that may be a proper description. Our Ark. Oh, the Ark from Ark the Lad? In the center block, Lord Mahanan is sealed in. That's the source of God's wisdom, a paradise of knowledge. Using that knowledge, we will resurrect the awakened god and build our Ark to take us both into the great universe. The construction of our Ark to reign over God's forces in this great universe. The creation of the angel Malik DM project was for that very purpose. What do you mean? We're orphans in this universe. We were thrown away onto this planet in solitude along with God. We humans were not born on this planet. Long ago we came here from another heavenly body. We're beings from an alien planet. That's ridiculous. That's insane, man. This is true. You have seen the various regions of this world. Why do you think there are no records of humans before 10,000 years ago? Keep 10,000 years ago in the back of your minds. That's going to be relevant for Perfect Works. This is the will of God. The God's revival has been fated since before the time. Before Genesis. We will be one with God, attaining a new animus. We will once again return to the starry skies. That is the meaning of our existence. That is our supreme objective. So you're not planning on using Solaris' power to dominate the world? Yeah, not like Graf. Not like that buffoon Graf who thinks he can destroy the world. Of course, what meaning is there in having control of a planet as insignificant as this? God has given us the right to rule over the universe. I do like that mentality, like, why rule over this world instead? Like, why rule over Solaris instead of just the universe? Like, we don't got time for that. Yes, only we, who do not carry impure blood, have the right to a pardon. So we will resurrect God. It's been an eternity since our exile from paradise. If the time of God's revival does not come, we will have to follow the path to destruction, but having attained Animus, our resurrection is near. Next is God's resurrection. Krelian. This one only waits for the awakening. Ellie? Not my wife! Man, my wife can never catch a break. Where am I? I've looked into your records. Krelian, Commander? Elhaim Van Houten, that incident at the Jugend 1 year ago. Case 102, the release of your latent powers from that systematic administration of mental enhancement drugs. In that instant, your ether value had increased beyond 400. In that moment, 2 were critically wounded and 3 required recycling. Am I right? Oh, they recycle. They can't be that bad. Please stop. But this record is wrong. This wasn't the usual uncontrollable mental side effects. This was caused by the awakening of your other inner self. My other self? First, Faye, where is everyone? It will be used as an offering for the resurrection of the Gazelle Ministry. The same fate awaits that girl, the artificial organism. I've already taken enough samples from her. I'm already well into the 4th stage of my plan. All I need now is the final factor. What about stages 1 to 3, though? Hence, your friends are no longer of any use to me. They're worthless. But you're different. You're planning on sending them to the same fate as those people in that research facility? Doing all this for your own selfish ambitions? Do you know what you're doing? People playing with other people's lives? That's deplorable. I see. So you've seen the research facility. Presently, the Solaris researchers are working on genetic engineering down there. It's just a nest for fools who've learned the despicable pleasure of playing with their own organic creations. They seek only serendipity in humanity. That's not my place. I specialize in molecular engineering, nanotechnology. Do you know what this is? A nanomachine? A molecular machine? Can't say the word molecular with me. What's going on? This is the assembler, which is the one of those nanomachines. Machines, is that what that said? It can break down molecules and atoms and reconstruct it into anything. Each of these spheres are equivalent to an atom. Oh, it's science class all over again. Until recently, we were only able to produce materials which were several times the size of this. Thanks to that girl, the one we obtained from the ruins of the Zeboim civilization, we're now able to make this compact and elaborate. To think that such a mechanism was created 4,000 years ago, it's quite astonishing. Up until we discovered this, the work was rather crude. The best we could possibly do until now was to apply amino acid solutions to wounded areas for amelioration, I don't even know what that means, or to seal up any peculiar abilities. I'm sure you've had some exposure to genetics when you were in the Jugen. Yo, genetics! Pog! Now we're talking. Each type of those enzymes inside the DNA are also molecular machines that were created by nature. Enzymes, it just gets even better. That is, if we are indeed the progeny of the very first organism. What do you think of accomplishing by using that molecular machine? What connection do I have with it? Although the nanomachines up until now could recombine DNA, they couldn't uncover any information in the intron, which are located in the replacements. Of the double helix, however, the newer nanomachines easily discovered this data. Data that originally should not have existed, and we are about to see the results of that. Oh, what? This is Star Ocean 3 now? Data shall behave as such. What if Luther just came in and killed Krelian? According to the transferred record, it depicts a similar wave frequency as expected. And, yes, the Ouroboros ring. That is it, isn't it? Myung and Lacan's actions. This explains everything. Elhaim, you were the mother. Mother? Yes, this is what your genetic exon looked like before replacement. This is the conceptualized form of the intron, which carries information that isn't supposed to exist. Observe, this is the Ouroboros ring, which contains intron information which only exists in certain people. Ouroboros, if we were to anatomize such a thing. Wouldn't you be interested in what type of information it would have to offer us? Elhaim, you're beautiful. I'm hitting on my wife. When I look at you, I appreciate the artistic aspect of the human form. Its elaborateness. I can't help but feel the importance of that, as if my molecular machine is unworthy of you. You haven't changed since then, just like the other one, Lacan. Oh, there's that name again. We got to see Lacan. Citan, you traitor. One-on-one, you and me, I'll beat you up. I don't care if you have a wife and a daughter. Are you conscious? Doc. It's impossible to move. This machine has physically cut your nerve signals. You will not be able to lift a finger regardless of what your minds say. What are you gonna do to me? To Bart and them, where's Ellie? Why'd you say minds, plural? Very intriguing. Do not worry, they have their rules, you have yours. I simply investigate. Damn it, what was I? So, the battle has been fought, you say? That was discussed earlier by the Ministry. God damn it, we weren't born to be used by them. We didn't come all the way to Solaris for that. We, everyone, we just want to make a place where we can belong. That's what we were fighting for, but now? It's much easier to be given a place to belong than to make one yourself. You don't even understand a simple concept like that? Only the true childish ideals pale when placed before reality. But actually, many are satisfied with that. Being given one's place frees one from any risk. Misfortunes may be blamed on others. Do you know why people cannot exist alone, but only under some bigger concept, such as a group or country? People need a place to go to be themselves. The more stable it is, the more effective it is. The Ministry gives them such a place. Under total surveillance, there is no need to bear the risk of maintaining one's own individuality. They simply live under the delusion of being an individual. What could be easier? Facts are facts, so let's just accept them. It'll be easier for all of us. Citan, do you even know what you're saying right now, brother? Resistance is futile. It only makes things painful. Aye. Do you still intend to do something about it? Look at yourself. What do you think you can possibly do at this stage? You can't even move. You could not even protect your friends who fought with you when they needed you. You could not even protect the most important person in your life, Ellie. Stop, please. Way to kick a dead horse while it's down. You can do nothing. Quit it. Now we may take our time and talk. Id.